Okay, perfect. So hello everybody, welcome, and we're just here to discuss and clear the air about a few things. So I was out for 9 minutes or something, so I don't know what happened. So yeah, let's begin or continue or however you want to do it.
We're doing good, man. Obviously, first and foremost, thank you for taking the time. Collecting a number of people here is sometimes hard to do on short notice. So thank you, everybody, for showing up, and thank you for your time here tonight.
No problem.
No
Yeah.
problem. So okay, so Chewbacca, I don't. You say you have something that you wanted to get out. I don't know if you. I don't know if you.
Remember it?
Yeah, but before anything, Fred, do you have anything that you would like to say, or you want to start things off?
Sure. Depending on what Chewbacca's going to say, I just wanted to sort of start and give everyone at home just a brief summary of how we got here now and all the events that led up to it. So, if Chewbacca wants to start with whatever he has, I could do mine or whichever one, whatever works for you guys.
Or
Okay,
like
so
my side of what happened.
Okay, so
Basically.
maybe it would be better if I start with just to give some background to people so that they understand how we got here. So obviously, the main thing here is Mustafa started to do some Pandali videos that caught him a lot of flack. A lot of people gave him a negative response for that, and this happened on Twitter. This happened in the comments, stuff like that. Then Mustafa felt as though he wanted to exact revenge on some people that he felt were doing it more than others. So he released a call from text that he got. It was a private call between the SOK and a few members that were sort of upset about some different things, had some personal issues with the group. So that call ended up being put online by a gentleman by the name of Purple Pow. Burnout gave him that call that he got. Then, after that, the SOK responded to this. A third party named Scott is a Scott, he went and leaked some IPs of Mustafa, Boondocks, and Burn. Chewbacca and Boondocks responded to this by not leaking anything from Scott, but instead taking that out on the SOK, leaking our IP addresses. We then came to a truce. The truce was broken when we found out about different things like the ED page and anti-SOK groups. In the
I just want to weigh
I
in.
can give you guys the opportunity to correct mine after I'm done.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
But then we found out that there were multiple anti-SOK groups, specifically labeled anti-SOK groups, that were plotting on doing things and, recruiting people, trying to get people like KG and, all that kind of stuff, doing the ED page, or at least supporting the ED page. And eventually we just decided that this, it's a headache for the community. It's not beneficial to the community to see this kind of back and forth. So we issued a offer, I guess we'd say. We offered a public discussion so that we can get all this out on the table and that the SOK can address some of our detractors that would have, some things that they want to express to us, and we can all move forward from here.
All right, you done? Because I wanted to say he does go by Purple Pal, but his Twitter handle is DirtNap90. So yeah.
Okay, that's fine.
But before you was like saying, "Oh, Scott is Scott released IPs." DirtNap also had IPs leaked on that same thing. I released a leaked Lupo's IP, and then I was added in and to like the picture bullshit.
Right, and then you gave Boondocks a number of IPs for him to post on Twitter.
That's factually wrong.
Really?
Well,
Really?
Yes.
yeah,
I did not give him any IPs.
Right, I grabbed them on my own.
He
But
just grabbed it on his own.
Yeah,
You gave him
Because
the
there's this
means to do
website
it?
called Skype or
yeah,
something.
he
Gotcha,
gave me
so
the.
you
He
gave
gave
him
me.
the means to do
Yeah.
it. Okay, there might have been a
Yeah,
mistranslation.
Skype, yeah,
there.
there's this thing.
Okay, so you
Right.
taught
Yeah.
Boone how to get our IPs so that
Yeah.
he can go and get our IPs and then post them on Twitter.
I'm sorry. Yeah.
Okay.
Um,
Then he posted it with the alias
Then he posted
at
it-
Homeless Cave, Kanye Best.
Yeah, just some random thing I made up.
Perfect. Okay. So, does anybody want to clarify anything, or does that basically seem like the sequence of events to how we got here?
Yeah, that is. I deleted it.
IP. Boom went on his own. One thing I can say is I really had the moment I leaked the IP, I then was invited to a call, and that's when I heard all this shit. What you just explained earlier. So I was like, oh, all I knew was someone was attacking my friend. That's all I fucking knew.
Okay.
Yeah.
Until I
yeah.
was then invited to a call with Boone, and Mustafa. That's all. And then they told me the details, and that's pretty much it.
Alrighty. So, first and foremost, I just want to point out in this sequence of events, you can sort of see that the SOK has really been reacting to things that have been going on, right? So, everything was sort of fine as far as we can tell. We knew that you guys were sort of, a group of friends that were sort of building up your own thing. We would often come into calls with you guys back in early January. But then all of a sudden, the text call, the different, just the text call comes out. We are pretty much shocked by it. We have to respond to it. Then a third party goes and wants to put your guys' IPs out, and then instead of you guys trying to handle things with him, you guys then take that out at us. Again, we had to respond to that. So this is constantly just the SOK finds out about these different things, and then we have to respond to them in some way to either defend ourselves or to try to get this settled with. And what we would like to see happen is just for this to end, and for everyone in these quote-unquote anti-SOK groups to sort of move on as far as trying to do things to, I don't know, try to make us look bad or try to expose us for these different things. But at the same time, I think that this would be the perfect sort of call for these exposed type of things, for you guys to tell us these and for us to maybe respond to them. And, maybe put those kind of things to bed so that there's no misconceptions on either side.
Does anyone want to go? Just, Boone, you?
Yeah. I forget what I was gonna say, so Ju can go, I guess.
Okay, well, shit hit the fucking fan. Pretty much.
Definitely.
It's all about revenge, basically. That's the lowest thing we can come to an agreement on. It was all about revenge.
Yeah.
Right.
Think
Yeah,
about
none of
revenge.
I was gonna say none of.
Yeah, you can.
Let's go one at a time.
Sorry.
Okay, I was going to say none of the IP leaking has anything to do with Scott did it on his own whim.
I know I was going to get to that.
All right, let's let
Okay.
Chewbacca go.
Yeah.
Very
Okay.
good.
None
It
of
was
the IP leaking
my
has anything to do with Scott.
Misunderstanding and bad judgment on my call for taking it with the SOK. That was my bad. I did not know till later on, because there was a Scott in the DSP stream chat, and that's all I knew. But it wasn't Scott as a Scott. And Scott just said, I confirm it, I did it for the lulz, not for the SOK.
Yeah. It seems like his
Pretty much,
personality. Yeah.
And I did it to protect my friends, and I took it out on the wrong people.
Yeah, I
Which
fucked up.
y'all in turn did the exact same thing, but it was for a right judgment in a way.
Okay. What did we exactly
What'd he do? Well, y'all like trying to like defend yourselves on such actions.
Right.
I just want to go ahead and say
Which
I have no desire to go back on my word here. Just saying straight.
And the ED page, I barely use Skype as it is. I'm on it, doesn't mean I'd look at it. I was on my phone in class, I was like, ED page, what the fuck is this? And I don't know, it's just so much fucking drama nowadays, man. I can't keep track.
I just want to say. I want to also say, yeah, go. Let me go.
No. Yeah, just go on.
Yeah, I was gonna say about the ED page. It wasn't any of us who wrote that. It was Guile. I think someone said Fred knew about Guile. So yeah,
Okay, well,
Guile and his friends, I should say. So yeah.
Guile and his friends. Well, if it was one of them, then how did he know some of these things then?
Well, it was on his his alt channel, dipshit Phil. Like someone messaged him privately about it. So.
Okay, so Byrne provided the information, right?
Right. You saw that too, like when
Okay.
the SOK secret headquarters shit.
Okay. So, do you mind if I dissect this this
No.
ED article? Okay.
No, go ahead.
Well, of course, if anyone hasn't seen the ED page yet, I'm going to show it on the screen here.
Hooray.
Actually, you know what? I have the screenshot. I'll just show it.
All right.
But basically, if anyone hasn't seen it, let me read it out. It is about me. Obviously, it says on the top there, please kill this article, yada, yada, yada. But anyway, let me read this. It's about me, and I'm going to dissect this the best way I can. A dirty, passive-aggressive Quebec nigger, no-life Canadian twat, weeaboo, playing Dota 2 for over 700 hours, faggot. All right. So there's a lot of derogatory statements, or not derogatory
Sounds like
statements.
it's written by KG.
Derogatory terms, should I say. Now, let me tell you something, all right? No life. I want to tell you something, all right? I've been playing Dota 2 since it came out in the early beta stages. I know people who've been playing Dota 2 since that time who have about 6,000 hours in that game compared to my dwarving 900 hours. I've been playing the game a lot, but that doesn't necessarily mean I don't have a life. All right? Now, the derogatory terms, that shit's uncalled for, man. It doesn't matter who wrote it or whatever. That shit is fucked up.
I agree.
Even for an ED article, you should never say shit like that. Like, I see ED articles that are not as malicious as this. I know ED articles that would just call someone like autistic, a lol fag, or some shit like that. But I've never in my life seen an ED article where it's literally the N-word, twat, faggot, things like that. Like in all in one sentence. That's utterly ridiculous. But anyway.
Right. I was gonna say most of them are ED pages are malicious in nature, but yeah, that shit was uncalled for.
Like
y'all had
with
them
the
y'all
ED
had them
pages, it's
confused.
more professionally edited. Take for
Right.
example the Phil one; it's more professional. Whoever did that, I do commend that. It's constantly
Yeah, me
updated.
too.
Okay,
Shit
so
up.
let me read the rest of this. That resembles Spax 3. Now,
What the fuck is that?
I don't even know who Spax 3
I know
is
who
either.
Spax 3 is. I actually know who Spax 3 is. Now, I get this ties in with the rest of this. Spax 3, when it comes to knowing the law. Now, if you didn't know, and I'm going to publicly say this, I have an uncle who's a probation officer. And I know the law vaguely, but I don't claim that I know the law. I just know how the law works. There's a big difference with that.
Mm-hmm.
Now, let me state this, because this next sentence is kind of stupid and utterly ridiculous. Claims he has family in the FBI and will take anyone down his path if they ever dare to dox or DDoS him. Now, let me tell you something. I know people outside that are in the FBI. I'm friend of the families. Friend of the families. Friends of my family. But I obviously worded it completely wrong, but you go to expect that in a 140 character limit. Now, that I claim that it would take anyone down if they dare to dox me or DDoS him. Do you not know how the law works with DDoSing and doxing? Now, even for Scott's sake, what he's doing is illegal. It's against the law. We all know that damn well.
But they can't. But a local police department cannot do shit.
The
Yeah.
local police department can't do shit, but the FBI can.
Exactly.
Now, that's just a load of complete shit, and I'm not. I don't know where they got this, and it's utterly ridiculous, and it's misinformed and it's ridiculous. Now, This is the funniest part. Has weak self-esteem issues to where he is a professional victim. You obviously, whoever wrote this obviously doesn't know what self-esteem is, nor knows how professional victim works.
Yeah, I thought the
That needed
professional victim
Yeah.
part was pretty
Yeah.
amusing.
Yeah, that is bound to
Yeah,
become
well, you
the
know.
next Brianna Wu, finding a girlfriend, free boy, or the next Love Shy.
I
kind
have
of
no
find that
idea
part a
who
little bit
Brianna
funny
Wu is either.
with the Brianna Wu
No,
part.
can anyone in the chat tell me how that makes fucking sense?
I don't know either.
But like he's comparing a professional victim to Brianna Wu. That part makes sense, but to be even funnier, Brianna needs a Sarkeesian in my books. But a girlfriend free boy or the next Love Shy,
Anyway,
sorry.
so that's pretty much the general thing. But do continue with what you were gonna say.
Nah, that was just kind of funny. Like, why if you're gonna like weak self-esteem issues, first of all, it's low self-esteem, meaning like you get like pretty much like depressed all the time. Why not just put depression? Or if he's trying to go at you emotionally, like he has fucking emotional problems. Blah, 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 blah. I don't know who the fuck wrote it, and it seems like they got like maybe like 1/5 of who you are, and just win with that.
All right,
I'm from
yeah.
the South, and we never even use that word, man. Fuck.
All right. Are we gonna just move on to the next topic because we spent a lot of time on this?
Yeah, so there's the dissection. Thank you, Mughal. Now, obviously, the important thing is that I know that you guys are saying that, hey, we didn't write it or anything like that. But unfortunately, we've got, screen caps and all that kind of stuff, people letting us know that you guys are supporting this ED article, and you guys, specifically Boone, is, sort of still always asking, are we still going to do it? We can't let them get away with all that they've done. Are we going to drop this anti-SoK stuff? This is, really just being disappointed whenever people are, talking about moving on or stuff like that. So the problem is that, not only did this, ED article get off the ground and the foundation was laid, but different members in this quote unquote anti-SoK are, very committed to seeing the SoK article put up and to contributing to it, proofreading, doing stuff like that. We've had different screen caps of people offering words of encouragement on, the SoK, they, we can't give them an out and we really got to stick it to them and stuff like that. So I don't want to, mislead people to think that you guys just found were just shown the ED article and just thought it was funny, but you guys are actively wanting to support it and contribute to it to just make sure that it gets out and that it's as ironclad as possible.
Well, that's old news. Ever since Burns said we're not posting the ED page, we came to the same agreement too.
But in
Seriously,
that same
to be
call,
honest, I never even knew it got posted.
In that same call, Boone, didn't you say, quote, we can't let them get away with all that they've done? Are we just going to let them get away with it?
Yeah, well, I might have been agreeing with Mustafa at the time, so.
Okay, Mustafa, would you care to comment on that? This is as recent as the 22nd, so this is just 2 days ago.
Yeah.
Let me comment on a few things. First and foremost, yes, I did say that. Why? Because I felt there was some things that were going on, especially on Twitter.
Okay.
Like, for instance, the day this whole thing started, I was in a call with Boone, I think Chewbacca, Byrne, and I think one other person. Then pops in Mughal. Mughal comes in all nice and sweet and lovely. Comes in, I get, emotions get the best of me. Then he runs off, gives the recording to Scott, and starts laughing like a bitch.
Now, this was on the 7th.
Whoa, buddy. First of all, why are you trying to be antagonizing when calling people bitches? We're trying to be civil here.
Okay,
Well, the chat isn't so civil from what I'm
That we
saying.
Well,
don't have any control.
Well,
that-
you
no,
gotta
listen.
you gotta keep in mind it was just a clip.
Regardless, it was a recording,
Mhm.
and I just find it funny that when you guys complain to Burn about recording and everything else, Moogle did himself too. So that's how Scott did the whole radio on that.
That didn't
Now-
stop you before, did it?
What did? What
Well,
didn't stop me?
seeing as you guys like to record calls too, same much like what
What?
Burnout did.
Well,
Name another call that we've recorded
yeah, it
that
was
we
only,
used against you guys.
Well, you guys
Yeah.
just recently got your call recording software that Boone gave to you, so that way you can record.
well, no,
Oh
it
yeah.
wasn't.
Oh yeah.
Well-
No. Oh yeah. Of course. But here's the thing: you guys are not that important that we're going to use Paramount for just specifically you. We have other things that we want to do.
And
Dude,
this
So-
is
you literally just started the call saying, "Oh, I'm gonna fuck up Scott."
When I spoke to you about it.
Yeah,
No,
you
on that day-
literally
yeah,
literally
because I
started
would-
the call.
Because
Saying
I
that.
was I was angry. I guess you don't understand the concept of emotion, but I was
It's
angry.
the internet, dude.
And the same thing could be said about everyone else here.
Could
Let
I just
me- let-
could I
let
just
me-
say something about the recording software? Like this is the only call we've been in with you guys, so it's not used for recording you. It's recording for stuff we do.
No,
pretty much.
I've been in a number of conversations with you and Mustafa.
Well, we
Um,
didn't
and
record
Cyber.
those. Just saying.
Hey, listen, Boone. It's and number two, Moogle. You say just the internet. Then why are you bitching about the Encyclopedia Dramatica page? I've had words done on me on Twitter. And
How am
on the-
how am I bitching? I wasn't bitching. I just literally
You
dissected
read-
your entire thing.
You're reading
It's not-
about something that was going to be posted on the internet. Now,
It was
here's the thing.
posted publicly,
You-
Mustafa. It was posted publicly. I had all
And-
the right reason to do it.
And I had all the right reasons to do what I did back in the day. I had all the right reasons to go after Taps, who had said Venom. Now, mind you, he says that I'm crying. Now, that I think of him as a bully. But the thing is that what I went through, I had to go through by myself. I had to deal
wait,
with. I had to deal with the autistic, Asperger's. I had to deal with people saying that I should be in a mental institution. But
Were any of
I
us doing
tried-
that?
No, it's
Did I-
mostly people like who were you were
people that
yourself.
were in the people in the community.
Okay.
People
Okay,
in the
so
community
Yeah.
that
Yeah,
were con-
and does that have
that were
anything to
con-
do with us?
And I will
So-
agree
In a
that
way,
you
yes.
guys aren't
Stalled
you
one
guys
at a
aren't
time.
responsible.
in a way, yes.
if I could
Because
fucking
this is
speak.
because this is a community. But I didn't. But again, this was that. And then when I went after Tex, who was a part of your group, mind you, I did what I did. Now let's just point something out here. This whole thing, we could have edited it. We could have finished everything, but people were so hard to release it to the public. And then this whole thing came about. Okay, fine. And then I see tweets being favored by Moogle and I think Renegade at some point. And Renegade, where other people not associated with the SoK making fun of me. I've seen tweets where Scott was exposed on my Facebook. I see Moogle, retweeting it. I see Renegade retweeting it. Like, if you guys don't give a fuck about this drama thing, why the fuck are you in it in the first place? Why are you retweeting it for?
Can you show us any of those tweets that were retweeted or favorited? Can you actually show us any of that stuff?
Yeah. I'd
These-
also like to point out, Mustafa, let me be honest here, it also doesn't help that your name is posted publicly on the internet. Like, what do you expect when your name is out there publicly? Like, someone could easily look up your name and find it on Facebook, and this shit would have been bound to happen regardless. It doesn't really matter at all.
No, I don't think so, because here's the thing. When I stood up and I said what I had to say about this, I made a thing of saying that I made my bed and I'm gonna stick to it. And after all that, after the whole DSP dark text thing, where we had to stop because of swatting things and whatnot, you know, it is what it is. And then I just had the remnants of my group. I just had them talk and speak about stuff. But then it just seems to me that when it came, like when anything happened, right? Fred always wants to point out we're always listening, we're always watching, as though we are some powerful anti-SOK group that has the capability of destroying the SOK, which I find laughable.
No,
People like
that's not
I
true.
think
at
you're
all.
over exaggerating.
no, because he specifically, Fred tried to say, oh, we have certain people, like there's someone that you know, that you've known, that you defend against us personally, and you'd be surprised who we have.
I was pointing out to you that people in your group are tired of it, and like this is what's constantly happening throughout this thing is that you have people in your group, and they're just like, you know what, this is just getting ridiculous. All these people do is talk about the SOK, so let's just tell them, let's get this over with. Like it's not that we pay people to go in and talk to you
But
guys.
they-
You guys have your own members that come and tell us stuff. So what I was just trying to convey to you is, look, man, your people are tired of it. You keep pressing forward, and they're telling us what's going on. Maybe you should just let it go and stop. But nothing has resonated with you to just let it go and stop. It's always just been about, we need to press forward. All right, let's lock it down even tighter. Let's trim the fat. Let's make sure
What do we do late? Okay, what did we do lately?
And like I said, I'm tired
Lately,
too.
you
so.
guys have been trying to recruit KG to your show and
Oh
to your guys' group.
yes. Wait. Oh yes. I
Yes.
want KG.
Yes.
I want KG all to myself, and I want to talk to him. I want to interview him. That's not. That wasn't even that wasn't even a question. That wasn't even news because I made a
That was
thing
news.
to
That was
K.
definitely news. Because you
I
guys
Well,
are
actually-
he wants KG on his show. He doesn't
I
want-
made a debate video where I said, KG, I would love to have you on
right.
sometime.
But now
So-
you're doing it under the pretense of being anti-SOK.
Well, here's the thing.
Same thing with Mario the
I'm
Plumber. Remember Mario the Plumber was giving us shit, and you guys are, oh, I love this guy. This guy is awesome. He's really speaking the truth. And then you had, Boondocks specifically say, I'm acting as though I'm trying to help, but I'm just keeping things in motion.
Oh no! See, Fred, this is something that I find hilarious. See, you think that just because you think you know Boone, like I speak to Boone more so than anyone else here.
No, I don't think
I
I know
know-
Boone. I just have, like, my
What
Oh,
did
he
Boone
had
try to
evidence.
do? Boone tried to help. He legitimately tried to help.
He said specifically
Yeah, he has
that
my
he was
quote.
acting like he was helping, but he was setting things further in motion.
So, yeah.
Hmm?
Well, I was trying to help you guys, by the way, too. But I
And
won't.
he-
Deny,
and
I won't.
he
I won't
left.
deny that I said that. By the way.
Then you
If he-
acknowledge that I told you to knock it off, and then you got back involved. You see what I mean? So this is very recent. This is within the last week. Not only did you guys try to screw with Mario the Plumber, then you guys are trying to get KG.
Like I
Which I find
said,
funny as shit.
Well,
Like
I just want to say that like I didn't directly get involved. I was just like making jokes and not I wasn't.
Well, when you're tweeting at him and stuff like that, then you definitely are getting involved.
And favoriting his tweets.
Yeah.
Well, I guess. I
So that's
don't
what
know.
I'm saying is that you guys are doing stuff currently. So that's what the question was posed.
Well,
What are you guys
yeah.
doing currently? And that would be the response. Is that trying to mess with our podcast guests, and then also trying to get KG, and then that sort of attitude, like,
Okay,
oh yeah, the SOK,
what?
look at their podcast
Can
is
I
dying.
step
and,
in for
you know,
one
Recently,
wait, stop. Hold on, time out, time to
Sure.
fuck up.
No, go ahead.
KG. Now, here's the thing.
Okay.
Now, now you want KG yourself too, and you want KG for your own motives. Let's not gloss that the fuck over. You guys try to use the charity. You guys try to antagonize him all this other stuff to get him
Wait,
on
what
the
do you mean
show.
use the charity? Come out and say it.
Evil
Don't say anything.
AJ offered $500
To the
It's a,
charity.
it,
To the charity.
It does. It
To the
doesn't
charity.
fucking matter. It
Not-
doesn't fucking
He's
matter.
not
It's
paying
a
KG
bounty.
directly.
But
It's
dude,
a bounty,
yes.
If
It's a
KG,
bounty
if
in a way.
KG, he offered a bounty on me taking the ice bucket challenge. Was he not using the charity at that point?
Did you donate? Did you donate the exact amount he was going to offer?
I raised the stakes so that he would come on the podcast.
Did you
That's how we
donate? Did you donate the? Listen, what KG did? KG donated to the charity itself. And the fact is, there was a
So
tweet
did
that
I.
said,
I did as well.
Did you? Okay, you donated $100.
I donated $75.
To your charity or his charity or to the
Our
ALS?
charity. He doesn't have a charity.
I'm talking about when he came to you and he said to you, Fred, I'll donate $100 if you do the ice bucket challenge. Think
Right.
of the kids, right?
He said ice
Did
bath,
you-
but yeah.
Did you come out and then did you say no? But did you donate $100 to the charity, to the ALS challenge?
No, I don't see how that's relevant. We're talking
It's
about
relevant.
our charity.
It's relevant.
He said that he's going to give our charity $100 if I do the ice bucket. I said that I
Okay.
would give our charity, which is what we're talking about, if he
But that's-
came on the podcast, I would offer him even more money. And then we ended up at around like $175 for him to come on the podcast.
Okay.
I just wanted to say, but about the podcast guest, me and Mustafa recently did have the ulterior motive to to recruit KG and Mario the plumber, but I went back on that, so I can't speak
Okay,
for Mustafa
but that is
personally.
reason.
Mario,
I want.
Yeah, I know recently. I see your
But didn't
point.
Mario the plumber denied it way before we got involved?
No, he actually agreed to it.
Keep in mind, Mario the plumber blocked me on Twitter too, so.
Because I remember,
Okay.
I don't keep up with this shit, but I did remember seeing tweets saying from Mario the plumber, "Hey, I did not agree to that." I want to know if that's true.
No, okay.
Because I
first
remember
off-
seeing it.
First off, and I'm pretty sure Loophole can speak about this, but he was the one that contacted Mario the plumber, and he agreed to it.
Mm-hmm.
And we even have the cap and everything.
Right.
If
Sure.
we could even provide it if we want to. And he then later denied it. And then we were trying to basically convince him to come on, which in this case I was. And then somehow, for whatever reason, it was KG and it was Boondocks and other people who were getting involved and decided to put their nose in business that doesn't belong to them. And basically KG tweeted at Mario the plumber saying, hey, don't involve yourself with them. They're not worth your time. And it was kind of an uncanny suspicion. He was just doing it to screw us over.
Because I remember the tweet was also to the Scott is a Scott, and it was like, no, all SOK people are hackers, blah 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 blah.
Right. And it's weird that he would get that notion. It's very interesting.
Well,
that
he
would
could
get that.
he probably didn't figure out that Scott is a Scott is
Well,
not in the SOK.
If he looked at my Twitter, there's none of that stuff.
Yeah,
My Twitter has
exactly.
none of this stuff on
If it
it.
was clean,
So
so
that's
it
interesting.
could be that.
And it's kind of odd
interesting
too.
that-
that
'cause-
it's interesting
'cause I
that
didn't
Boone
even
was
do
the
my
person.
research.
That Boone was the person to name drop Scott, though.
Oh shit,
Right.
Yeah.
P-Dog.
Oh no, I was just saying that Scott wasn't an SOK.
Yeah, but
so it's
you name dropped him
Well,
Mhm.
I guess
to
I
call
was just
attention to him.
Yeah, and he
That's what I'm
probably
saying.
Well,
That,
I was-
that was basically your involvement, is to come in, mention Scott, be like, "Oh no, we're not gonna hack you, lol," and then
Well, I didn't say
you know,
I didn't say that specifically. I didn't even mean to name drop him. I was just saying Scott isn't SOK, so you guys don't hack people. Is what I was trying to say.
Gotcha.
it's really weird too. It's like he was claiming that I was associating myself with Scott when it's kind of funny that people think that I'm best friends with Scott and I give him all the information and do all this shit, and it's just like, no, just because we follow back with each other doesn't necessarily mean that. We just, because we're on Twitter, for fuck's sakes, we follow each other. I talk with all my followers, That's the thing. That's the point of Twitter. You communicate with everyone that follows you and who follows you, like who follows back. You know.
Exactly. I mean,
It's
just because you're talking with somebody about, let's say, video games, anything like that, or booty, it doesn't mean that you're fucking associated with them when they do something else. I don't understand it. If I talk with somebody about video games, art, movies, or whatever, you can't go back and say, oh well, this person did this and you were supporting it if there's no direct connect. If I'm not giving them any orders, if I'm not giving them any information, if we're not discussing it or laughing about it or anything like that, then you can't go back and say that we were supporting it.
Exactly. I would ask you guys to supply one tweet where we supported anything or anything like that.
Yeah, I would love to know. Actually, I'm also kind of concerned about this too because this is another thing I wanted to ask. What's your big problem with me? Because it seems like everyone among your group seems to have some kind of problem with me.
Well, I don't have a problem with you, so.
Interesting. All right. Well, Mustafa just disconnected.
Well, before anyone says anything else,
I
I
was
will.
just angry that shit happened the way it happened. That's all it is. I have no ill will towards you, and I do consider you a friend. That's
I will
pretty much
admit
it.
to speaking
Well, you would have considered me a friend if you hadn't fucked up like you did.
I know I fucked up. I fucked
Yeah.
up a lot.
Okay.
Speaking of supporting, by the way, I will admit to favoriting KG's tweets, but that was because I thought he was making valid points at the time, and it turns out all he did, was just lying out of his ass and stuff. So
Yeah, well, if we thought people were making valid points that were making fun of you guys, and we favorited that, you guys would get mad too.
well, I wouldn't get mad now because I see, you guys' perspective on things. So.
Generally speaking.
Right. Okay, I see.
So anyways, I think
God
that
damn it, P-Dog.
I think that covers that as far as how we got here. So
Yeah,
Stop.
Scott is a Scott. Yeah, that was also one of my intentions too. I'm not denying that either.
perfect.
Yeah, well, it's too bad Mustafa left the call because I wanted him to answer the same question. So we'll just wait till he gets back anyway.
Yeah, we'll get him. It's
Yeah.
very important that we have Mustafa because Mustafa, at the end of the day, is the cause of this, the guy who organized the group, the guy who appointed himself leader, much to the chagrin of a few other members of your guys' group, the anti-SoK, if you will. So we'll try to reconnect with Mustafa because, he is,
What
he is the
happened?
ringleader. Mustafa disconnected again.
Oh,
How
strafe.
how convenient.
Strafe. Well, in the beginning, I was in retaliation to people coming at me and the shitstorm on Twitter that where this whole thing derived from. But hitting people off, that's kind of fucked up. I won't say that you didn't have any justification to do so, but whatever.
But, he's not in the call.
Who?
I mean, if you have a problem with Scott or anyone else, you could take it
Oh,
up
no,
with
no,
them
no.
outside the call.
Yeah, I was just reading off the chat. I won't do that anymore. Sorry.
Well, no, I'm just saying, they're not in the call. They can't speak for themselves. They can only type. And, whatever issues you have, or I have with anyone else outside of this call, I think it'd be best if we take it outside of that, where we can talk to them privately.
So
Which would suck
we're
is
still
I
trying
got-
to connect here with Mustafa. All right, Mustafa, are you still here?
I'm still here. Okay,
Perfect.
so
Okay, I was going to ask you and Boone before you left the call, but Boone already answered. But I want your honest opinion. What's your big problem with me? I want to know.
big problem with you.
I want to get to the bottom of this because it seems like you guys have this big aggression towards me ever since I posted those tweets, those supposedly aggressive tweets that I made.
Moogle, the fact is that you are. See, I don't have anything that. See, I just have a feeling, and the fact is that there's always. It just seems as though you seem to play the professional victim at times, and that's one of the weird things I have towards you. Now, mind you, I'll be completely honest. This is all originated because of the whole since the beginning of the month with this whole recording the call, and then on the Twitter stuff where I was informed by the various people. You have some sort of there is a swagger to you, a really weird swagger that has never came out until now. And the thing is that if that's who you are, that's who you are. And what you do should not concern me, because at the end of the day, with
Now,
people's what?
this is another question.
Okay,
So, because I'm part of the group, what's your problem with the SOK? Why is this such a big issue to you?
right now, before it
Yes.
wasn't a big issue. Now, it has. I just feel as though that the SOK has turned itself in. It's trying to. It's I. It's trying to hold on to some sort of semblance of relevance in the community. What I mean to say is this. Lately, I've been looking at the podcast, and I see that if it's not about DSP, it's either about fighting with someone, or it's having guests that really hate DSP.
Or video games, or movies.
Yeah,
Or
well,
cooking with Jack.
yes.
I mean, it's a gaming podcast.
Yeah, you could say that, but let's be quite honest. There's always some. I never heard of a podcast that never had DSP at all. People come to you for DSP. That's it.
Sure.
And I just think that and this whole charity thing, to me, just seems like a bizarre clone of a Patreon, where everyone seems to be, whoring themselves out for donations.
Well, this
But
is
you're
the,
doing
this
this,
is the difference. Though.
Wait.
The donations are not coming from us. They're not going to us. They're coming. Well, I mean, I didn't mean to
Hold
say
on,
from
hold
us.
on.
you are here's the thing. You're basically having, these perks where you donate up to $500.
Mhm.
Loophole does meme one.
Mhm.
$1,000 would be Shay. Like
Yes.
these are basically perks in a way, just for people to you're trying to, in a way, give something with something.
Yes.
Shouldn't
Yeah.
We're asking
Now-
the community to donate money, and in
then
response, we're doing things that they chose that they'd like to see us do as an incentive for all of the hard work that they've put into this charity to help us.
And okay, but then you turn around, and then you guys talk about DSP having a Patreon, and then
Yes.
having people, people talk about how they're so stupid for donating to someone
Yes.
because he's a vile person.
Yes.
Let's just point something out. Donating, when you donate to something, you're trying to preserve a state of mind, or a state.
Momentum.
Your word,
Yeah.
your word charity is trying to preserve the state of, I think, up to 96 families. The Patreon doesn't matter if it's right or wrong. The Patreon is there to stave off extinction for certain people.
Wow.
May they be money whores,
Hmm?
or may they be inventors, or whatever. They're still doing
Wait,
what
wait,
they're
wait,
doing.
wait, wait. Hold on. Hold on. There is a key difference in people that are in countries that don't even have the basic necessities, and someone that can go out there and get a job, and they're making money off of it, and they could feed themselves every day and get water and get the necessities to live. This is a difference. Our charity is about life and death. Someone's Patreon is not about life and death. It's about them trying to, in DSP's example, make money off of playing video games all day,
Exactly.
when he's certainly capable of going out there, whether it's minimum wage, and feeding himself. Now, about the charity incentives, we want to promote this charity. We want to bring as much attention as we can to this charity because we think it's a good cause. And if we reward the people that donate to it, I don't see what's wrong with that. It's not whoring ourselves out. It's giving back to the people that spend their hard-earned money to make sure that people can get clean water. I mean, I don't know if
What other
we
charities
couldn't.
do you? Well, tell me what other charities you know do this type of thing?
It's unique. That's just what I'm
It-
trying to tell you.
Okay.
We're
Actually,
trying
I
to do
know-
something to get the community involved and to get people excited about this.
Well, I do know other certain charities where if they donate X amount, they might get a book bag with the charity's logo on it or anything like that. But in our case, it's something unique. It's not whoring ourselves out. The difference between whoring yourselves out, when you whore yourselves out, it's for personal gain. It's to make sure your pockets get lined. This is us just promoting a charity that, I don't know if you understand, but maybe you don't because you was born in a country where you have access to the basic necessities. Maybe if you went without water for a couple of days, your mindset would be different.
Okay, let's not use the fucking humanity shield. And that.
We're not using
I'm
that.
not-
I mean, that's
I'm
it's
not
exactly what
trying-
it is, though.
Okay,
Dude,
but hold
I
on.
think,
hold on. Let him.
Let's just let me just say this.
Okay.
You see what I'm trying to compare is the donation aspect of it.
Right.
The goal is you are trying to you're saving.
I'm good. Yeah.
You guys are saving a race. To the fans of DSP, they're trying to save him.
Okay.
Now, here's the thing. Maybe I've been out of the loop for a long time, but please tell me, has DSP ever, him specifically, not his fan base, has DSP ever said publicly, "Fuck the SOK water charity"?
No.
Okay then. So then here's where I'm gonna come with this. You guys have a thing against DSP, but the thing is that this Patreon, regardless if it's bad or regardless if it's the most evilest plan in known existence, it is trying in a way for his fans to keep him afloat, even if he could do it himself. And the thing is, there's always been this thing where you like Casey has mentioned, like it just seems like you guys are trying to use a charity to put yourselves in barrel, like saying we're doing it for the right reasons, while DSP and his fans are doing it for the wrong reasons. That right there should not even cross your mind. You're trying to do something good for the community.
When did we market the charity water like that, though? Where does it say there, all right, this is for clean water, and the Patreon instead is to let an overweight guy sit on his couch for 18 hours a day? Like, it's not marketed that way. That's what I'm saying. If other people are interpreting that way, then that's on them. If they balance the two and they say, all right, if we donate to the Patreon, we're just letting some guy just, continue on doing the bare minimum and getting by on it and supporting his excessive lifestyle. Whereas if we donate to the water charity, then we're giving people a shot at life. Like, when do we market it that way?
Okay, well, I guess it's based upon the interpretation, but hey, guys, though you guys are too busy doing promotions and doing doing charity incentives that I don't think you guys have time to really market it that way. But
well, it would be one tweet to do that. If we wanted to do that, it would be a very hard thing to challenge. But we're not promoting it that way.
But here's the thing that I want to touch on Shay. He said something about we're doing the incentives for promotions. Now, let me get so let me just.
I can answer this.
Go ahead.
When you have the podcast, okay.
All right.
I'm fucking dying right now because it's fucking it's not going to fucking stop. I don't know if you can hear me, but I'll put it to you like this.
We can hear you.
When it comes to the charity and the incentives, right? You guys that's for promotion. You guys could easily do the opposite. You could just do promotion, just do Twitter and Facebook and all these other stuff.
Okay,
but
well,
why? For what purpose?
I don't see. I mean, maybe you have a big issue with this, but it's something that we came up. It's something that's fun, and it's something that gets people. They were gonna donate anyways, but hey, you donate this, and we'll entertain you. We'll do something, funny or a let's play or whatever. It's just something fun, and it's just something to give back to the people that spent their hard-earned money for our donations, because without them, we would be nowhere. I mean, if it was just this group donating, we couldn't possibly come up with the amount that we have. It's the community. And we personally feel as a group that we should give something back. So it's not to whore ourselves out. It's not to try to make ourselves look better or try to make ourselves look holier than thou or anything. We wanted to do this charity for a while, but we wanted to wait till after the fall, because as in fall you have Thanksgiving, you have Black Friday and Christmas. People don't have that much money to donate, so we started in January. So if we want to give back to the people that donate, there's plenty charities that do that, whether they get certain items or a shout out or anything like that for donating to a good cause. We're not the only ones that do it, so we're just doing it a little different.
Well, I'm going to say my piece for the charity. And, looks like he dropped again. All right. Well, anyway. So, the whole point of the charity is, and we're doing it for a cause. And the cause is, well, for our sake, we're doing this for the fun of it. We want to help people. That's the point of the charity. We're doing it to help people who are in need of clean water and who need it. And everyone, like even us, we're donating to it, and we're also doing our charity goals, which, I mean, that's kind of the point, right? We have these incentives that we need to do to traffic more people into wanting to donate. And they know that we're doing this for a good cause, and that's kind of the point of the whole charity. In no way it's benefiting us, other than probably a headache the next day, because the shit that we have to go through doing our incentives. But that's just for the entertainment. We're doing this for the entertainment as well as helping the charity in itself.
Of course.
That's the whole point of it.
I mean, we're having a lot of fun doing the Let's Endures and stuff like that. We're going to go, as DSP would say, go outside our comfort zone. I'm going to be playing Bible Black. A lot of people are going to be, feeling as though they have some sort of ownership of that sort of stream, right? They're going to feel like they are part of that stream. We donated to that. We all came together. We spread the word. Now we get to enjoy this stream. There's more of a sort of a sense of accomplishment when we do all these different things. Again, it doesn't harm us or hurt us to do this charity, right? Let's say that somebody comes through and slandered us, and then as a result of that, no one ever wants to donate to the charity again. That doesn't harm us. That harms the people that would get the money. Same way where if we do get the money, or if we do get the, if we do reach our goal, that $5,000 doesn't go to us. It goes to the people that are going to get it. The only thing that we're doing here is we recognize that we have at least some sort of voice in the DSP community and the anti-DSP community, and we figured that we can use that to do something positive. So
And
it's not some plot to weaponize the charity. We had this, and let me tell you something else, and I don't know if you guys know this. We were planning on doing this charity far before the Patreon was announced or even heavily insinuated that it would come into play. We were planning this back in October, and we wanted to wait until after the holiday seasons so that people wouldn't be in a tough spot to want to have to donate and to feel bad that they couldn't because they were spending it on other stuff. We wanted to wait until after the holidays were over so that if people wanted to donate, they could. So that's the timing of that. We launched it around the time of the Patreon because that's when he launched it, right at the start of the new year when the holidays were over. We were planning this back in late fall.
Yeah, and I wish he was in the call so I could tell him this. He uses the word promotion like it is automatically a bad thing. Promoting is not necessarily a bad thing. When you put yourself on YouTube, actually, he's been promoting himself, actually. And when he had them YouTube videos where he was always trying to get members of the SOK and where he was talking about our thread closing and talking about topics that were about us, you could say that he was trying to use us to promote him just off name alone and association. So he automatically uses the word promotion like it's a bad thing. It's not necessarily a bad word. Whenever you put yourself out there, it's essentially promotion. We're just doing it for a good cause.
And
I don't see where
I'm getting busy on both Chewbacca and Mustafa. I don't know if they went to go talk to each other privately, but
They could have waited till this was over.
they both dropped off, and I'm getting busy for both of them.
Well, I'm still here,
And
so
the video will show it. I've been recording live video of the Skype call, so.
any points you guys want to make to me, because I'm still here.
Yeah. So, do you want to answer to, the sort of, I don't want to say evidence, but I mean, all signs are pointing to you are the one that is sort of beating the drum to continue on, cheerleading a bit. Do you want to express to us what your motivation is, what the SOK possibly did to you, or what we do wrong that needs exposing for? I know you used the expression, are we just going to let them get away with all they've done? So I guess what my question would be is, what is the all they've done that you've expressed?
Well, I don't know. Like, at the time, I said I was just agreeing with Mustafa because, at that time, and I still feel the same way, I just want it to be over, so, like, I was just, like, I wasn't on his side, but I was just, pretending to be, so, just, like, in the hopes that he would, like, drop whole, drama thing, so.
All right, I just want to say this is literally ridiculous. We're getting busy on Mustafa and Chewbacca. If you guys want to have a game plan, you should have done it before 8 o'clock. We've had technical issues, and we got this live. Just because you feel that you don't like the way the discussion's going, it doesn't mean you back out of it and you claim to be busy. This is utterly ridiculous, and it's unprofessional, and it just makes you look bad. And I'm just calling it out. Ridiculous. Are we still getting busy?
Oh yeah, I'm
Yeah.
actually mashing the call button to get him back. Chewbacca's just letting the call ring out. He was getting busy. They were both getting busy at the same time, which is weird.
Well,
Mustafa,
Chewbacca, what's going on? You're in the stream chat. What's up?
I just want to say that, like, Skype for them, I've been in Skype calls with them before, and Chewbacca and Mustafa personally do have connection troubles.
Oh,
so.
both of them. Okay.
Right.
Around 8 o'clock Eastern? Or?
And Chewbacca has, like, shitty internet because he can't even stream properly, so.
I'm sorry, I don't buy it.
It's fine. I'm just, I'm giving my personal experience, so.
All right. Kaneki, you've been a little bit quiet. Do you have a take on all this? I know they included you for some sort of reason.
Well, he's heard about stuff, and he's playing Xenoverse. I can't tell if he's still, with us, but, he's...
Yeah, I'm still here.
Okay, I was just able to get Chewbacca and Mustafa at the same time. Perfect.
Let me see something. So, let me just see something.
Yeah, I kept on getting like lagged out, and that's not really anyone does.
All I know is they were telling me what's going on with the drama, and I was avoiding it all possible because it was spamming my Twitter feed ever since the drama happened, and I was trying to do my own thing, like minding my own business and stuff.
Okay.
How the hell do you see? Anyways, let me just. That's let's see. Yeah, I was saying something about the charity.
Go ahead.
Take a look at the charity. Yeah, I have to check it. Okay, whatever.
Okay. Did you want to respond at all to us sort of explaining that the charity is not something that we're doing selfishly, that we're not benefiting from it in any way, and also at the same time it doesn't harm us? How
about this? I'll modify my statement with this.
By all means.
The group itself is not trying to do anything malicious with the charity. Of course, you guys are trying to do your best to, help the world, as it were. But I feel as though that people in your chat, which I'm not reading, by the way, so hi, chat.
Hi, chat. How you doing?
What's up?
Not chat. Whatever.
No, I said chat. We said chat.
Yeah. So I think they could use. Here's the thing. When you are siding with the pony that is altruistic, it's very easy to just say, ha ha ha, you guys have a fuck. On the other side, you guys have a fucking douchebag that you're helping. and all this other stuff. So I'll say this. I think that it's not right for people who are with the SOK to try to have this higher than mighty attitude. Because when you compare it to what DSP is doing with the Patreon, we I would like to say I want people to understand that even everyone has a right to donate to whoever they want.
Yes.
And I find it, and it's weird that with Kate Gallion, who, I think is maybe the second, maybe the king, or the Galactus, as I would say, with the who's against the SOK. Like, he is the dude.
Well, you guys were giving him a run for his money, but I understand what you mean.
Second to none. Was first to none. Well,
Okay.
But the thing is that he donated almost, like, I think close. No, is it 400? Let's say estimate around 350. Around, because I saw a tweet that he said he needs to donate, I think, an extra 165, and I think that has to do with him donating exactly 500 to what Evil AJ was trying to do.
Okay.
I just want to say that, remember the screen caps you sent, Fred, where I pointed out the same point that I think I said you guys were elitist or something. Like, I'll admit that I was completely wrong now, and like, you guys don't act all high and mighty, because I was just biting at the time. Like, it piqued my interest because, I didn't see any personal evidence of you guys being all high and mighty. But
Right.
yeah,
we're just normal people. We're just normal people on the internet, man.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
I agree now with you. So
Thank you.
So
yeah, no problem.
So go ahead, Mustafa.
So when you guys were, I'll point out, not like you guys, but the community itself seemed very vicious after the fact with KG, and even though he donated, there seemed to be there was parody. There was like one parody thing of KG called KG the Coward.
Mm-hmm.
Like, regardless of what KG did, the fact that he donated money should be applauded.
Of
But
course.
it just seems as though even after the fact.
Well, we can't really control that, to be honest.
So yeah,
I know, but I'm
things.
just
Two quick
okay.
things. Number one, I have gone out of my way in different forums, like the podcast and Let's Endorse, to thank KG for his donations.
Mhm.
We did personal charity challenges that he had during the meme run stream. He was there. We actually had a bit of a, humorous outlook towards KG during the whole 24-hour stream and going on like that. We've never denied that KG donated, and we've been very open and honest about that, and we've given him his props. I'll give anyone props if they donate to the charity and help us out. But this is the thing. That doesn't mean that we're just going to excuse anything that he says to us. He has a very adversarial relationship with us. He pokes and prods at us on Twitter. He comes in and says some of the most despicable things he can possibly fit into 140 characters, and he directs them at us. Of course we're going to respond. That doesn't mean that he's instantly our friend now. There's a disclaimer on the charity that says donating does not make you part of the SOK or mean that you endorse the SOK, and that's the truth. It's not like he's our friend. We thank him for donating. He knows what it is. He has whatever reasons he has to donate, and we thank him for it either way. But that doesn't mean, we're his friend now, or we need to stop having an adversarial relationship with him. He wants it to be that way. We have offered to speak with him on the podcast, which if you've seen with, say, Timbo Slice, Lemon and Slice By, people that we coming into it would have had problems with, we're able to talk as we are now and have a sincere conversation and possibly sort these things out. But he doesn't want that, and unfortunately we're going to probably continue to go on with the back and forth on Twitter forever. But I mean, that's just That's just what it is.
I just want to say I believe you guys when you say you're not friends with KG. Yeah, he really is, a piece of shit. But
we really don't care about him, to be honest.
Well, I just I saw like I went on his Twitter and I saw like him tweeting at you guys. I don't know if he actually responded or not, but like I was just wondering about that.
What about it?
Like if like if it meant anything or whatever.
What? What do you? I don't know what you're referencing.
Like he tweeted like to Moogle, I think, and maybe someone else. I don't remember, but I'm not saying you guys are friends with him. I'm just making it trying to make a point. Like
we're not. This is cats and dogs. I mean, he's. I don't think we'll ever be friends with him. Hopefully with the discussion we would be on better terms with him, but I don't feel it would ever be.
All right.
No, there's no.
I see. Yeah, I was just wondering. So
there's no fixing.
No disrespect.
So Mustafa, again, with the charity, like I said, there's no ulterior motives here. I mean, we could literally, if we wanted to, we could promote the charity as, hey, you gonna donate to Patreon for Phil, or you gonna donate to the charity water? We could do that, but we're not. That's the thing. You're making assumptions on why we're doing it or how we're doing it. All we're doing is we're offering people different events that they can take part of. All of these things involve communication. We had the 24-hour meme run stream. We made a lot of good friends. We talked to some people for the first time. People like Kamasubu and stuff like that, who are good friends of ours now. This was something for everybody to participate in. This wasn't like, okay, donate this much, and then we're gonna go, I don't know, torture ourselves or something like that. These are all really events that people want to take place in, like SOK plays games with the stream, or Let's Endure, stuff like that. This is just all fun stuff for the community.
Yeah.
And it's something that the community can sort of, feel good about. It feels good to donate. I've donated. Other people have donated. Pascal, one of our good friends, he said he donated. He felt good to do. It's something. It's a good feeling to donate. I mean, it's just, I just really don't see where the hang up is with the charity. I mean, it's not a shield, like you call it, a humanitarian shield.
No.
We don't bring it up when people try to attack us. It's just something that we're doing, and it's something that we're fully invested in, because we want to get it done. We want to spread out the awareness of it.
I just remembered something I want to bring up regarding Renegade. Homer and Bern and me, like we've been in groups together, but Homer never talks. So we talked, me and Bern less than me, but Homer has actually never done anything regarding you guys. He's just been in there. So
he's a lol cow. So moving on.
I guess yeah. I'm just
let's see.
saying.
Okay.
Hold on one second. Let me just see here with Homer.
I actually wanted to say something.
Go ahead.
Okay.
All right. So it seems like whenever there's a goddamn argument with someone among anti-SoK, or what you want to call it, it seems like every time, and I shit you not, and the chat can agree with this, it seems like every time someone has an issue with us, it always has to revert back to our charity.
Yep.
I want to know what the hell is up with that. I want to know, why is the charity such a problem to you guys? Why does it matter?
It's not a problem to me because I've never been the one to mention charity. I've just seen other people do it. So
I'm just speaking out for everyone.
Well,
not just you guys. I'm just saying.
I know.
Here's the thing.
Go ahead,
right now, this right here is a difference of opinion.
Okay.
That's all it is.
What is your opinion?
You guys know more because you're more intimate with the charity itself. But that's all. I mean, I just think that the charity... The weird thing is that I don't see... I've heard from people...
Okay.
People that you know have said to me that the KWO had done a war charity previously.
They did.
And I just felt as though that you guys were just trying to replicate what the KWO was trying to do. And also,
Okay.
I'll put it to you like this. Okay, so another thing that really made me cynical was the fact that it just was weird. The timing was very weird with the whole charity thing
Okay.
when it was around the time DSP did his Patreon thing.
Perfect.
Now, of course, you guys have your reasons why you timed it the way you did.
Yes.
But again, I just feel, and I'm just saying for me, because
Mhm.
I don't know if there's anyone out there in the internet space that feels the way I feel. That's not that's part of DSP's crew.
Okay.
That it just looks like you're competing for. It's like you're trying to, in a way, justify your existence
Okay.
and say that, oh, we're not only hating on DSP. This is not our only calling for this group's life. We're here to actually try to, do positive things for our world.
Okay.
So,
All right. So let me address
Well,
both of those.
Oh, you go ahead.
I'll address both of those. I already sort of addressed it, but I'll go ahead and address. So the thing with the KWO, yes, the KWO and Hollywood Kojima in particular, did the exact same charity. They raised $1,000. That was their goal. Now, in figuring out what charity we were going to do, we actually had a couple different things that we were thinking of. We were thinking of Child's Play. We were thinking of ALS. We were thinking of cancer research. There were a lot of different ones that we were thinking of. I spoke at length with Hollywood Kojima for weeks in the planning of what charity we were going to do, and he highly recommended Charity Water because they have such a good track record, because the cause is very good. Obviously, water is the base of life. It's the bare necessity. And because, there's complete transparency, right? None of the money goes to us. It all goes through the web page. We just set up the page under their website, and all of it goes through there. 100% of public donations go towards the cause. And so we landed on that. We had the express, approval of Hollywood Kojima. We talked at length about it. I had a couple of questions for him and his experience. They offer up, GPS coordinates, pictures, progress reports on what they're actually doing with the money. And everything sort of came together there. So that's how we landed on that. We didn't copy the KWO per se. We sort of took the example that they set, and we sort of ran with it. And from their experience, they had a positive experience. There wasn't any sort of funny business and all that kind of stuff. And I'll also point out, I don't think anyone ever had a problem with the KWO charity. It just seems as though it's a problem when we do it. But we can express that a little bit later. As far as the timing, like I said, we were planning on doing this in late fall. Around September, October, we were planning this out. We wanted to wait until the holiday season was over so that people wouldn't be put in a position to where they had to, I want to donate, but I feel bad because I have to buy, Thanksgiving dinner, and I have to buy Christmas presents and Hanukkah and all this other stuff. We wanted to wait until the holidays were over, so that if people wanted to donate, they could. They wouldn't be in such a tight spot. So there's the reason why we did it and the timing. So it just so happened that Phil set up his Patreon at the beginning of the new year because that's what he wanted to do. He wanted to set it up at the beginning of the new year. I don't know, maybe for tax purposes, maybe for just having a clean slate, maybe for feeling like it's a new chapter. I don't know why he chose the end of the year specifically, but it all sort of came together like that. But keep in mind, we had this planned out way before he was really going on vlogs and saying, I'm definitely going to do the Patreon and I need to plan out this Patreon and stuff like that. I mean, he was putting it together in like late January.
right.
I will say I wasn't around for the KWO era, but like even then, I don't really think that SOK would have the intentions to replicate off them. So yeah.
Well,
I mean, the SOK is made up of many of the KWO members, so I mean,
Yeah, I know.
Okay, so So in conclusion, you guys have, you guys shown me that I was completely wrong about you. You guys, I'm on the wrong side of this, as usual. So I just want to extend apologies to everybody. I mean, I will understand if you guys don't want to accept the apologies, but whatever. I do apologize full heartedly, not only for the fact that I pulled in Boone and Chewbacca and Burn, but also you, Fred, Che, Moogle. Oh, I forgot to connect you. So, with that being said, I do apologize. Uh,
Thank you.
so
Thanks.
yes.
I accept your
Yo.
apology, and
Same.
I hope that this would be, sort of the end of all of this sort of drama, any sort of, plots against us or anything like that. We don't expect you guys to, love us or anything like that. I mean, you guys can feel however you want to. It's
I
just
just
we
look
want
for-
to end the DSP community drama, I guess you could say.
Drama, yeah.
Because it's sort of, it brings down the entire community. It's something that we don't want to have to address. It's something that we don't want to have in the back of our mind. We want to have fun. We want to be able to represent ourselves without having to have this in our Twitter feed. So we just hope, and I sincerely hope, that this is done with. We don't have any plans on doing anything. Again, we've just been responding to stuff as it happens. So we have no plans to, do an ED page about you guys if you guys aren't going to do one on us. All this other stuff. We just want to get that all squared away so that we can all just go on and do our own things.
I can't speak for Mustafa personally, but me and pretty much everyone in this call, we all feel the same way. We just want it to be done. So
I'm fucking done with it. I'm kind of people are like saying, "Oh, Boone is like."
Can I be completely?
Is there anything else any of you would like to bring up? You got us here. We're ready to answer anything.
no, Mogo can go ahead if he wants.
I'm going to be completely honest. As fair as your apology is, I'm not going to accept it.
Wait, mine personally?
All yours.
Oh, well, that's okay then. I mean,
like
you don't have to forgive me. I
I
understand.
am honestly,
Because-
with any risk of this happening again, I am not going to accept it.
I
I'm
will
sorry.
say,
Because I want to move on, and I'm not gonna dwell on the past. I just want to move on and do my own thing. Because now I'm getting sick of the drama that happens literally all the time because of us, and I just want to move on. I really don't care. And if this persists to happen again, and the apology or the promise gets broken in that, I'm just not going to bother with that.
I'll reassure you that I do feel the same way as you.
I think Moogle, was your mic muted?
Well, I can hear him just fine, but maybe the
Oh.
stream. Yeah.
Shit! Hold on.
I think his mic was just muted.
Yeah. Sorry,
I have
my
a
mic
copy
was
of it.
muted.
I have a copy of it too, just in case.
Okay.
Yeah, you could-
Shit! I had my mic muted, but basically I said I'm not going to accept the apology.
Yeah,
Just
and
because I'm not going to dwell on any more drama. Because in all honesty, the promises that could easily be made can also easily be broken. It's hard to trust people on their word if they're going to apologize, because when it comes to apologies, it also comes to making a promise that nothing like this will ever happen again. And
Right.
I've been in a fair strain of friendships and relationships, many different things that involve apologies, to know that I don't give second chances.
And
Trust
just
isn't
want-
easy. I was just gonna say trust
Go
is an
ahead.
easy thing to gain, but it's hard to get back, and I completely agree with you. Mookie.
And I just want to say one thing. I'm not addressing anyone here. I just want to address what I've heard. This whole thing about SOK being elitist, I'm just gonna say that's wrong. We're a group. a group of friends, just like some of y'all may have groups or clans or whatever you want to call them. And just because you're not in it doesn't mean we look at you any differently. If you notice on Skype, Twitter, whatever, we actually talk to a lot of people outside the SOK. So just because you're not in a group, we don't think we're better than you. We've never had that concept. We've never had that attitude, and I don't know where it popped up. I just want to let you know that that's not true at all.
I don't know where it circulated either, but I don't agree with it at all.
And you know, if we were if we were in any way elitist, we wouldn't be humble enough to take this call. We wanted to have a call with people who were openly, you know, had criticism for us. I guess I'll put it, you know, nicely. And we wanted to give a public live conversation where we lay out all our cards on the table. They lay out their cards on the table. We openly address anything. We put it out to social media. If people had questions, they could put it. That's the point, is if we were elitist, we would not even give this the time of day. We would look at it as, oh, well, we got this and that going on, so we don't care about them. We wanted to do this not only for our benefit, but as crazy as it sounds, for your guys' benefit and for the community as a whole. Because maybe you guys just have you know, some misconceptions that are fueling you guys that, you know, are really sticking with you guys, and you know, you guys never got those cleared up from us personally, and this, you know, was sort of the purpose of it too, to sort of get everything cleared up, to explain ourselves, that you guys can tell us what we can do better, what we're doing wrong, and you know, we can all reach a good conclusion for that. So if we were elitists, we would not even take the time to do this.
Yeah, I feel this was very productive, and I want to conclude, since Pixel Buster mentioned it. I do. My sincerest apologies to the anti-DSP community for my actions, and I will stand by that. I'm not going back on that word. So
that's awesome, man.
Yeah.
Boone, I have to say,
awesome.
man, sorry, go ahead, Chewbacca.
Yeah, I hadn't even fucking said a word in about fucking 30 minutes.
Sorry about that, man. Go ahead.
It's all good. It was heated, and I didn't want to interrupt, but like, I had like no idea what the fuck was going on. I was acting on pretty much like an impulse, and I would like to fucking apologize for that.
I appreciate that, man. I feel like, you know, you and Boone have been very very accepting of your guys' role. You guys have been very accountable. I really appreciate that. I've just noticed in the chat, and I feel as though it is a little bit true, that I think, Mustafa, you still sound as though you have justifications for everything that you were doing. I know that you apologized.
I'm going to say this right now. I said what I had to say, and as I said before, everyone is entitled. Everyone, we have to understand something. This meeting is all about clearing things up.
Mm-hmm.
But I want to stress something to you. At no time did this little were you guys ever worried about your group? Because it seems like as though this right here, this whole thing, is just to see the other side. I'm just a tiny person compared to the large community that is. And for the fact that you guys have to do a thing now, after I talk to my friends in the group, after people tell you guys what I've been saying in the group, just either it just seems as though you guys, want to clear this out, just so that you guys don't have to worry about this, for whatever reason, this group or whatnot. But I do hope, and I wish you guys success for this year and stuff.
Thank you.
And yeah, so like I said, if you guys don't accept anything I say, good on you, mate. Have fun, do your thing, and that's it.
This is what I would respond with. In no way were we worried. I feel as though in the SOK we're such good friends. I don't think there's a group that's going to come along and change that. I don't think there's a group that's going to tell us, you guys shouldn't be friends anymore. You guys shouldn't talk to each other anymore. And we would just say, you know what, you're right. Yeah,
You did that with Divas.
Yeah, people
You told
are in
Divas-
that.
You
People
told
are in
Divas
the.
not to
Oh.
talk to us anymore in our group. I just want to make that perfectly clear.
Okay, so
You
this
s-
is something.
No,
this
no.
is something completely different. What I would say with
Hold on,
Diva's
Fred,
situation.
Wait,
Yeah,
time out.
Moogle
I
assured
just-
me that that wouldn't happen with Fred. Like he would never do something as so far as to make a threat to Divas or anybody else for that matter.
And you know,
Hold on.
it's very funny.
Let
All right.
Mustafa go real quick. He was gonna.
I would
Alright.
rather. Here's the thing. What I'm going to say about this is on my thing. I would rather Boone and Chewbacca leave because I think they have things to do.
Okay.
I mean, so if you guys want to leave, it's fine with me.
I can stay. So.
It sort of sounds like you're telling them to leave instead of offering.
I
for
know.
them to leave.
I'm telling them to leave because
So, like around this time, actually, it's 9:03 p.m. for me. And
It's
my friends are
10:03.
Literally,
Yeah, whoever needs to leave,
right
they can-
across, right
you
across.
can leave.
Go ahead.
I mean, I don't
Whoever,
want.
whoever wants to. If you don't
I-
want to
I
leave,
mean-
you can stay.
I mean,
Yeah, I'm
I
staying,
actually
so.
have to leave because
All right.
All right.
No
All
problems,
right.
man.
Peace out, Jew.
all right.
Fuck you.
just with the voice and shit.
But
I mean,
about
so, like,
So go ahead, Mustafa.
You're talking
So
about.
Well,
Divas?
I spoke with Divas,
Okay.
and Divas, and every single time, and then Divas said to me, Fred told me I cannot join the group. I cannot be a part of any anti-SOK group because and then I'll get shit on.
Incorrect.
Okay.
So
Well, I don't
this
know.
is
Okay,
this is
so
the
it's like-
arrangement that we had with Divas. I spoke with Divas at length because he was unhappy with the SOK and stuff that was going on. He was a former SOK member, and the agreement is that we would both stop getting involved in each other's business, right?
Okay.
If you look on my Twitter, I've never mentioned the guy. I've never talked about the guy, and I expected the same sort of thing, that he would not get involved with us. Now, he went and he got into your guys' group, then that directly violates that agreement that we had with each other, that we wouldn't get involved in each other's groups, that we wouldn't get involved in each other's business.
Okay.
So I pointed out to Divas that is against what we agreed on. Now, I never threatened the guy or told him that I'm going to, fuck him up or, do something to him. We just have an agreement that we're both going to stop for the benefit of the community. All of this, to get rid of this drama with you guys, to get rid of the drama with Divas, to get rid of the drama with all these other people, is for the benefit of the community, to keep everything cool, to make it a fun and inviting place for people to be in. The anti-DSP community is a great community. Everybody supports each other. Everybody has fun with each other. Everyone has their own interests. The SOK met each other. The KWO met each other through this community. That's what we're trying to preserve. And if we can do that, then we're going to do that. We're going to do that for the benefit of everyone and ourselves, of course. We're selfish. We want a good community where we can all be in, but it's for everybody.
About that. Like I agree with Fred totally. Like it's not up to anybody to tell them, oh, you can't be friends or whatever. Like people are gonna do what they want to do, and it's because people actually have fun in this community. So.
No, fair enough, but I just found it kind of weird that Divas came in and he couldn't be friends or he couldn't talk to anyone here. But whatever. That is, I mean, that's...
No one ever said he couldn't
no.
be friends with you guys. You guys literally had a group called Anti-SoK group and invited him into it.
Well, I didn't want to make something clear.
Well, I'm making something clear. You guys literally had a group that said Anti-SoK, and you guys
And
invited
you-
him into it, and then you guys were showing him the ED page and stuff like that, and having him comment on it.
Okay, we showed him something. I could show my little sister my fucking phone, right? But just showing something. It's not like.
What if your parents said, "Don't show her your phone"? Your little sister is not. Your little sister and I agreed that we will continue to give her allowance if she doesn't mess with the phone, and then you go and give her the phone. That's your fault.
We just showed him. The page. Now here's the thing. If showing an anti-SOK document is breaching some sort of contract with you, then I'm sorry, but that's fucked up because because he was just showing something and he was commenting on it.
Okay, but I have a question for you. Why couldn't you send it to him in a personal message? You invited him into a group that specifically said anti-SoK. I mean, it's written plain and clear what the group was about, and you inviting someone into it.
Mm-hmm.
So, what are people gonna think?
Now,
I mean, if you just wanted to show him it, just as friends, you could have talked to him.
Exactly.
You could have sent it to him in a personal message.
You recruited him.
No, we did not recruit him.
Okay.
We didn't recruit him.
All right.
Like I said, wherever your spies are telling you, let me tell you what exactly happened.
Screen caps and calls. Okay, whatever they're telling us.
Whatever. You have screen cap and calls. Well, I was there when I spoke to Divas personally on his own chat. I don't know who brought in Divas in that chat.
Boondocks.
Yes.
Boondocks is the one that brought him in.
Oh yeah. Like I invited a lot of members in there, and it's their choice to leave. I'm personally going to leave that group because I'm not a part of Anti-SoK anymore. So yeah.
Exactly. So Boone invite him. So if Boone invite him, right, and I'm talking to Divas, and then Divas comes on the thing, and then I hear about the whole idea that he's just seeing it. He's not actually writing it. It was already made up by a few people, and then all of a sudden, people are shitting on Divas that he is part of this. That he's in the group, canoodling about a fucking anti-ED page, anti-SoK ED page, and I'm like, wait a minute, he didn't do much. He just kind of he attuned to it, emotionally, like it incited emotion in him, and then all of a sudden he gets shit on by everyone in the community, and then he leaves, and then regardless if you didn't say to him or not, he just fucking left. I mean, and then it's like, so it seems to me that even Divas, who tried his best, who I was being friends with, who I was speaking to about something that we were trying to get to know one another.
Okay.
All of a sudden he comes in, and then this all happens. Like it all disappeared. So it just showed to me that you guys. So it just felt as though like you guys were so. You guys, either worried. I don't know what the perfect word is, but then to react about an ED page that you guys know for a fact is not true, and then you react to Divas like that. That just either that shows sensitivity, or the fact that you guys want to find a way to go after Divas once and for all, because for somehow, somewhere, you guys have something against Divas.
No, it's actually the opposite. But it's funny that we're even talking about this to begin with. But no, so it has nothing to do with you or anything like that. If Divas was to violate his agreement with us and go join some other group, it would be a problem because we had an agreement. We gave our words that we wouldn't be involved in drama with each other. That's the key thing. I don't know why that's not connecting with you in any way, shape, or form. That is drama. If I make a group called Anti-Mustafa Group, and I invite people, they are under the impression that this is a group to trash talk Mustafa. No,
but I'm not. But here's the thing: I'm not. After everything I've been through, personally. If that were to happen, I'm not gonna go the next day and then go and attack a person that I know that's in your group.
Nobody attacked.
But then if you have if there are rumors of a fucking ED page, and I find out there's the ED page and someone's in on it, and a friend of mine who's in that group reacted to it in some sort of way, I am not going to, I'm not going to blast this person because it's your group. You guys have. Here's the thing. Everyone has a right to feel the way they feel or react how they want to react. He came in. He just came in. He looked at the thing and then he left. But I don't want to dwell on just that incident. It's just the fact that he now his spirit is gone. And for me, I like Divas. I think Divas by himself without any SOK drama is a really cool guy. And just like I defend like with Burn and his bullshit with you guys, I think he's a good guy too.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the only reason why I'm bringing it up because I think there was an injustice in the way he got reprimanded for the shit.
Okay.
That's all.
I just want to regarding Davis. I just want to say personally that now it does seem like he reneged on a lot of no drama deals with you guys, and I'm sorry for siding with him. Like I wish I could have gotten him on to talk about it, but I believe he's busy today, so like
Thank
he would be active later in the night. Unfortunately, I don't think we plan to go on that long.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, you are really representing yourself well, Boondocks. I don't want to say I'm surprised because that might sound insulting, but yeah, you've been very cool about this whole thing, very accountable to stuff that you're doing. So thank you very much. But
yeah, no problem.
To refer again to what Mustafa's talking about, let me make another analogy. Right? Let's say that you're on probation, and it says that you cannot drink. Would you go then to a bar, but you just plan on having soda pop? Like, you go into the bar, and that opens up the door for you to possibly violate your probation, right? To drink. Therefore, it would probably be best if... And then let's say your probation officer catches you in a bar, right? That's not... That doesn't help you, right? You want to stay away from those type of things. So, going into an anti-SoK group is there to talk shit on the SOK. I don't see any other point of an anti-SOK group. I know you guys talk about World of Warcraft and whatever else, but it's called anti-SOK group.
Well, I don't think it was actually the anti-SOK group we discussed, World of Warcraft.
I think it was Sugar Shane McMahon. I think that was...
Yeah, that was the one.
Yeah. Which supposedly... Yeah, whatever. The point... Well, like I said... I just felt bad for Divas, and like I said, that's what I feel as of right now. It's what I feel. What everyone else feels.
Again, if you look at my timeline, you see nothing not only of this drama but of Divas.
Well, look, like I said, I mean,
you're actually the only person that is bringing this Divas issue to the forefront. I hope you know
that. That's it. That's it. I am. So I'm just pointing something out, and that's it.
Cool.
But like I said before, whatever. You guys are just you guys are justified in everything you do, right? So whatever.
No. We're not justified. We can at least offer up explanations on why we do the things we do. We make mistakes. I've personally owned up to mistakes I've made, like going after Joseph Collins. That was an emotional thing. That was a mistake for me to do that, and I've owned up to as much. I've issued a public apology for those things.
Yeah, and that was very sophisticated. I saw the Google Documents page, and he was sincere. I could clearly see that.
So it's not about just saying, oh yeah, we're justified in everything we do. It's about offering up an explanation, and if people buy it, people buy it. If they don't buy it, then they don't buy it.
Listen. The community itself is large enough as it is, and like I said before, you guys really know how to properly manage the group itself, and yeah, to conclude for maybe a fifth time, whatever, you guys are absolutely right. I mean, there's nothing else for me to really say, neither on the charity nor my transgressions on what I did against you guys and Tex and whatever. So hopefully this is the end, I guess, of everything.
I hope so.
There's a question in the chat from Text. I don't know if it's important, but it's for Mustafa.
What did he say?
He said, "Can I ask you a question? Who will do your dirty work for you now that the ones you had all apologized and fucked off?"
Oh, Text.
Good old Text.
Text is really
he puts things bluntly. I guess what he's saying is that you are now, a leader with no.
Yeah, he's alone in his cause.
Right.
I'm alone in my cause.
Well,
I don't
mean,
mind.
Do you still
At
have
le-
a cause? I mean,
At
I guess
least,
would be the way to put it.
Oh yeah, I mean you pretty much have nothing to fall back on.
At least I have. At least I could trust myself when it comes to my opinions.
No,
And like I said with Tex, it's funny how Tex is talking right now. When before I barely heard from him, and then he just hid. He just hid behind everyone else, and then when the dust settled, he just decided to he started to talk. So God bless him.
And will do, Scott. I will stay out of the drama. Thank you.
So with that being said, you guys, you guys have your own thing. Have fun. And yeah.
hold on just 1 second. Let me see something.
Yeah, look, I understand that, when you're a group sometimes and, you do certain projects and certain people like them, there might be ill feelings towards you if you feel that you're not in a group or you feel that you're not associating with the group in a good way. I'm not saying you, I'm just saying I've heard this around somewhere, but I'm just going to say this once again. We're not elitist. Everyone that, follows me on Twitter, on Skype, knows that I'm pretty much friendly with everybody, and I try to talk to everyone I can because it's a great community, especially for all the booty lovers out there. It's fucking amazing. It's, hey, I just got to say, all my booty warriors out there, I'm showing y'all respect, and it's a great community, and we try to be as best represented as we can, but that does not mean we think we control anything in the community or we think we're the community, because we're certainly not. We're a part of it.
All right. I mean that's a very poignant point you shared, Jay. Like I said before, you guys have a good night and stuff. And yeah, much success to whatever it is you're doing, I guess.
Okay. So again, like I said, for everyone here, the reason why we wanted to do this publicly is obviously we want to be on the record, we want to be transparent, and we want to be accountable to stuff that we're saying. So obviously this will probably be on YouTube in some way. If you guys want to leave some comments, let us know how this went. We appreciate that. And of course, we want there to be accountability. If Mustafa's going to claim that this is over, if we're going to claim this is over, we want to have a public record. So that people can refer back to that and say, you know what, they said that this was over. What changed? So,
and also, the other reason we decided to go public is initially I reached out to Moogle over Twitter and decided to make it public, and that was my mistake. I'm sorry for that, Moogle. But I should have contacted you through Skype, like I did with Fred.
You hear me?
Well, yeah, I'm here. What's up?
Oh, just
Well, first off, I want to point out that was kind of silly because it was kind of public and everyone can easily see your tweets and they're going to look at it and be like, why... People think the exact same thing. I'm pretty sure everyone else can agree that it is kind of ridiculous to ask that publicly.
Yeah, I'll reiterate that no one reads my tweets anyway, and I could have deleted it easily, but...
Oh, no, it's perfectly fine, but like I said, it's... if you had maybe contacted me in a better way, then this wouldn't have happened.
But, I just want to personally say, my bad.
What came out of it was good. I mean, we all managed to reach a mutual decision here, so
yeah,
at least that happened.
We want to end this drama once and for all, and looks like it's calming down now, at least.
Yeah, Boone, much props. I really like the way you represented yourself.
Absolutely.
And to everybody for showing up.
Thank you.
Now, obviously, we're not going to say like, oh yeah, we love Boone now, but to be honest with you, you've manned up to a lot of the stuff you've done. I'm, like I said, a little bit surprised that you were as open and as honest as you were, but again, props to you and stuff like that. So I just want to read a couple things. Text can't make it here in voice. I think he's busy with something, but he can type in text real quick. How fitting, right? Text. But
yeah.
He says here that Mustafa doesn't have the courage to apologize to him when he and his goons targeted them specifically. So I think Mustafa, what Tex would like is some sort of closure to the situation with you guys.
Wait. Hold the fuck up. When I initially had to when I went on Twitter, and Scott came on, nice and everything, and then I said to him, you guys did a good job. Your friends are lucky to have you, right? And then Tex proceeded to be a dick, and then proceeding. Now, of course, this is the whole crybaby thing, but then I tried to apologize, but then he wanted to again. It seemed to me he doesn't want an apology. He doesn't want nothing sincere. So I don't. Again, I don't need to deal with him, and he doesn't need to deal with me.
He's made it clear in the chat he does in fact want an apology. Just saying.
I mean, obviously, this is the event where everything gets settled. So that's why I think Text is being reasonable and saying, because he did get affected. Obviously, he didn't give you guys what you wanted. He, said, it didn't affect me the way that you guys were going after. But, he was affected by you guys targeted him out of the blue. And I feel as though he's being reasonable to say, if you guys apologize to me, include me in on this, that we're all sort of putting this stuff behind us. And, if you don't want to apologize, that's completely fine. I just wanted to include him into the...
I hereby apologize to DSP.text. I hereby apologize to Scott is a Scott. I hereby apologize to Judgment Cunt. I hereby apologize to Superior Trigger. I hereby apologize to Dragon Killer.
I think Judgment changed his name on Twitter. It's no longer Judgment Cunt. Something else, Silver Star or something.
As I said before, I'm going by what I remember. I hereby apologize to every and anyone that has been affected harshly by my action of what I've done. And from now on, when it comes to anything I do, maybe a video, maybe a parody, that it doesn't matter. I will remember to not incite, to not attack people in any way, shape, or form. Okay? So, hopefully, this apology is sincere enough for those people on Twitter.
Well, the thing about sincerity is you have to convince people, and that means not, saying you're sorry, then going back on that 10 minutes later and, circling around back to it.
As I said before, you guys have noticed I've not been on Twitter much. I have not really tried to attack anybody at all. Today was a day that I was airing out my opinions, my thoughts about situations.
Right.
And I've come to realize that they're wrong because I came from a wrong place. So with that being said, you guys could take this however you want. Tex, Scott, Judgment Cunt, Superior Trigger, Kambusu, a Dragon Killer, everyone and anyone that has been there, helping and protecting Tex because they're friends of Tex, because they care for Tex. That, it is what it is, and I do, again, apologize. And again, from here on out, I can't control how people view me. I'm not going to be begging. I'm not going to beg for forgiveness, not too much, because I said what I have to say. And hopefully my silence on Twitter, you know, and on the SOK streams and whatnot prove that. I mean, otherwise, you guys have every right to maybe tonight actually, you're going on the attack on me, on comments, on Twitter, whatever. And
I
I'm
don't
not gonna,
plan on doing that. That's up
I'm not
to.
talking about the SOK. I'm
Okay.
talking about everyone.
Okay.
Calm
in
down,
that
calm
chat.
down.
Well, the SOK doesn't control those people. And, like, the thing is, like, they don't attack me because they think my apology is, sincere, and it is.
As I said before.
I mean,
I don't
everybody
put-
in the chat is basically. It's almost as though Boone and Chewbacca have won over the chat. I mean, that's public opinion, right? There's over 100 people here. That's
As
the
is-
DSP. That's the DSP community. I mean, not the whole DSP community, but that's that's a good portion of the DSP community that's here.
And Boone, I'm happy that you got that. Good for you. Whatever.
Oh,
So
thanks.
yeah, so again, I hope Tex, accepts the apology, and hopefully we could move on from here.
That's what we hope. That was the purpose of this call. I feel like this was productive. So I guess we'll start winding down. Is there anything, that anyone wants to say? I don't want to go in order and put people on the spot, but just in general, is there anything else that anyone wants to say before we wrap here?
Strafe asked me a question. Can you do me one favor? Sure, man. Just name it.
All right, so we'll wait on that. I just want to personally say while we're waiting on that, I want to say thank you to everyone who's here right now in the call, in the chat, in the DSP community, of course. I want to thank everyone for your support here. It's always I always feel a lot of support whenever I go into any sort of thing like this, and I feel like this was as much for us as it was for you guys to provide a satisfying conclusion to all this. I know that a lot of us worry about, is there drama going on or stuff like that, and I feel like this sort of puts all that to bed. I feel like this, almost like a public forum, right, where we had a town hall meeting here with the DSP community and the two sides that had differences, and so like I said, thank you to the DSP community, everyone that's here, anyone that I've ever interacted with. I always feel your guys' support. I appreciate it so much. I'm just a regular guy. We're all just regular people. But, you guys motivate us to do all of this fun stuff. We have so much fun with you guys. So thank you guys so much. Thank you guys for showing up here. Thank you guys for helping with the charity, of course. All that good stuff. It really makes all this stuff worthwhile.
All right. Strafe replied, and sure, man, I'll do that. And thank you for being there for me.
Same. I was gonna say the exact same thing that Fred said. Without being lovey-dovey, I really appreciate this community because it's definitely one of the better communities out there, no doubt.
Yeah. I mean, you guys, you're all banded together, and that's really awesome.
Well, we appreciate that.
Yeah.
So go ahead, Mughal.
Oh, I wasn't gonna say anything else. Just continue.
Okay. All right. So it looks like that's going to wrap up. Like I said, thank you guys for showing up. Chewbacca, Boone, Mustafa, Kaneki. You guys did have a friend that I believe wanted to try to talk to me, but if he's still here, I'll still talk to him, or we can do it after, whichever else. I think he wanted to say something to me, but thank you guys. Obviously, Che, Mughal. Carl couldn't make it, so shout out to Carl. Don't worry, man. We're good. And thank you guys for showing up. Thank you guys for your time here tonight. Thank you, everyone in the chat, everyone that's been giving us support. We've got less than 40 days for the charity. We're almost there. We're going to make it. I know that we can. We've got tons of things coming up. 20th anniversary, SoCast is coming up on Thursday.
It's going to be huge.
Live Let's Endure on this weekend, I think Friday or Saturday. I'm going to be playing Bible Black sometime soon. Moonman's going to be posting his My Little Pony shit. We've all got tons of shit to do, so we're all going to enjoy this together.
I'm going to stream the rest of Time and Eternity, hopefully this weekend, and play some even more shitty games.
Beautiful. So, there you go. That does it for us. Thank you guys for tuning in. And, well, all right, fine. We love you. Go fuck yourselves.
Peace.
All right, see ya.
Booty.
I got that last part too.
Uh,
All right. Well, well, it was nice talking to you guys. I'm actually gonna go because I got some
All
things
right.
I need to do. So,
So,
take care, Muggle.
Like I said, thank you guys.
No
Boone,
doubt.
seriously, I'm really blown away, how cool you've been about this whole thing. I was under the impression, that you were, one of the main guys here, but to hear that, you sort of don't want to do this anymore, and, all the apologies that you made have been sincere. I accept all your apologies. I appreciate all that.
Same.
Yeah, man, thank you for being cool about everything. I really appreciate that.
yeah, it's not a problem, man.
Chewbacca also, I think he's not here, right? Okay, yeah, Chewbacca.
No,
Yeah.
no,
No.
He dropped out.
Yeah, and Mustafa, obviously, I think that you can sort of rebuild where you were at. The whole thing, I think, for a lot of people is that they're just worried that this might pop up again. I think that's why they were maybe saying that you weren't the most sincere about things. So, I don't know what I could say to sort of help that, but I just feel like you can do a lot with your actions more so than your words. And I feel like, if you just, take a break or whatever else, do whatever you got to do, come back renewed. I feel like eventually people will take to what you're doing. And, if you do get the KG interview or something like that, I think people will watch it. I think maybe they'll give you another chance. But, just don't think that, everything is lost or something like that. I feel like everyone can redeem themselves, and I feel like, people have short-term memories when it comes to stuff like this.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, like, everyone will forget about it eventually.
now I want to say for one thing, don't think for a second that because I don't accept your apology doesn't necessarily mean I have particularly dislike you. I just don't.
No, I know.
I just don't like I said. I've had a history where people apologize to me only to just crush that
yeah.
hope.
Just go back on it entirely.
Like
I know,
I said, we're gonna go from the. We're basically gonna go back from the start, and you're gonna earn your respect.
right. I mean, that's justified. Thank you for
Yeah.
at least letting me earn it back.
Yeah, like I said, and I don't give second chances, but there's still hope. But for now on, it's what I said is pretty much justified. So.
Right.
So yeah, I mean, if there's anything else we want to say, Kaneki, I know you were sort of an observer. How did you think about the whole thing? Did you think it went down fairly? Did you think everyone was treated fairly here?
Yeah, everyone did truly fairly.
All right. I just want to say, Kaneki, I really appreciate and respect the fact that you didn't really get involved in the drama beforehand. Whenever we would hear about stuff that was going on, your name really never came up. I don't really have anything of you, talking shit on us or anything like that. So I respect that. I know that maybe that put you in a tough spot with your friends, that maybe, you weren't getting into it or something like that. That was a decision that you made based on your own morals. So I really respect that, man. Honestly, I don't just say that as someone that benefited from you not talking shit on us, but just in general, I respect the fact that you have your own system of ethics and you have your own beliefs, that, you don't just fall in with the crowd if it's what's popular.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he was
buddy.
he was in the group at the time, but like he from the beginning when this whole thing first started, he was just like, nope, I'm not doing anything about it.
Yeah,
So,
I was never involved to begin with. I was doing my own thing. I'm actually starting a podcast with
yeah, the
David.
Otaku Word Order, the dude from
yeah.
the
I referenced
DS
that because I heard about it. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's what I was doing lately while the drama was still going on.
That's awesome,
Yeah.
man. So like I said, I respect that, and I don't think anyone ever really had any sort of heat with you or anything like that. So I think it was sort of surprising when you came as part of this.
yeah, I just invited him here, so for whatever reason. But like when the drama was still going on, he said it changed me, and it did, and I'm sorry for that. But I'm not going back on the decision, like I've repeatedly said throughout this whole thing, and I'm sincere in that.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Boone, I love finding ways to talk to Fred.
Oh yeah, yeah. Do you guys mind?
I'm fine with that. That's fine.
Yeah, you actually wanted to ask a question. I forget. Like, let me check.
Sure, go ahead, man. That's cool.
Alrighty. Well, I'm gonna go now.
All right. Peace out.
It was nice talking to you, dudes.
See you,
I'm
buddy.
off.
Thanks for
All
coming,
right.
man.
Yeah.
Likewise. See ya.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's funny. He was in the chat this whole time.
Oh, Funny's trying to join the call.
Yeah, yeah. I'm basically notifying him. Like, if he wants to do it with Fred, he can do it now.
Alright.
Yeah, he's having a bit of a connection issue, so text is fine, right?
Yeah, he's good.
Whatever. That's cool. I like funny videos 505.
I think he's like capital FUNNY on YouTube.
Yeah, he's there's capitalization. Like he retweeted when we I think it was shortly after we went live. He retweeted stuff from me on Twitter, and yeah, he had caps in his name. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I think he had a question about DSP in Washington or something like that.
That's cool, man. Yeah, whatever, man. I'm more than open and willing to answer a question. That's cool. Yeah.
I gotta say, man, every time I freaking open up Skype, fucking your DSP picture, it's like it's staring at me.
Which one?
The one you have right now.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, put him on
I like
Scarface's
that
body.
one, man. I didn't.
Yeah, I like that one too.
Shogoth did it.
Freaking Shogoth.
So is it okay if I added you back on Skype, Fred, or?
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
All right.
What do I do if I see Phil unexpected? Kick him in the balls.
Yeah, that's the thing from earlier. Yeah, especially like the tweet regarding the movie, the what was it, American Psycho or something.
Oh yeah, when he's gonna do
What-
the movies.
Yeah, Bates or something like that.
So yeah, man, I'm gonna end the call since I got a couple other things I need to do. It's a little bit late, but I can still talk to I like Funny in the chat if he needs. But I'm gonna go hop off and do a couple more things. So like I said, I
Yeah,
really
same.
appreciate you guys and your you know